Hey everybody, today we're going to take a look at the factors of production, which is a video in the series that I'm calling the Foundations of IB Economics, which is designed to have as short as possible, informational videos that help you understand the basics of economics, which will lead you to a further understanding and be the beginning steps in you heading out and heading through the IB Economics curriculum. So today we're going to take a look at factors of production, and these are the things that suppliers use in order to create goods and services. There are four main factors of production, which are the four resources that allow an economy to produce its input. They are land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship, which sometimes is referred to as management. Entrepreneurship, capital, labor, land. Land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. And remember them in that way. And it's one of the things that another little thing I want to make sure you do is, getting into economics, it's like we're learning a whole new language. And sometimes we think we understand a certain word and what it means, like particularly land. But you got to hold back your assumptions about what it might mean. And actually learn the economic term for land or the economic meaning of land as a factor of production, as opposed to thinking it's just the ground that's around me. Okay, so let's take a look at those four a little bit more closely. Land. Land is defined as all the raw materials, all raw and cultivated natural resources. And this would include everything that grows on the land or is found under it. So all of the corn, wheat, soybeans, trees, and what you find underneath it, which of course is coal, tin. I live in Santiago, Chile, so copper is huge in Chile. Right? It also includes everything that's found in or under the sea. So all plant life, river life. Well, that's not under the sea. The fish and the resources that are found underneath the ocean are also considered to be land. And of course, that might be some natural resources like oil that could be found under a sea. It includes basic raw materials such as gold, coal, oil, natural gas, etc. And it includes cultivated materials such as wheat, rice, apples, corn, etc. So land is the first factor of production that entrepreneurs use, suppliers use to bring together and create goods for an economy. The second factor of production is labor, and labor refers to the human resources used in the production of goods and services. Right? Labor is the human work, both physical and intellectual, that contributes to the production of goods and services. So I'm a school teacher, right, in Santiago, Chile, and what does that mean? Well, what it means is that my human work, physical, intellectual, contributes to the production of what? The service of education. And so I'm a factor of production of the school that I work for. Labor is, so in summary, labor is the human factor of production. Capital. Capital refers to the tools and technologies that are used to produce goods and services that we desire. There are two types of capital. Physical capital, right? And in a country, on the broad sense, is the stock of manufactured resources like factories, machinery, roads, and tools used to produce goods and services in an economy. So think about factors of production at a macroeconomic level, which is to say a countrywide level. The quality of the roads, the machineries, the factories, the tools that produce goods in an economy would be considered the physical capital. Okay? The human capital is the value of the workforce. So if you own a small company and you pay each one of your workers $100 a day and you have 10 workers, well, the human capital is, of course, right? 10 workers, $100 a day, that's $1,000 a day, which is the investment in the human capital. It would also cover education or healthcare that you might have to pay out in order to have employees. And capital is also the infrastructure, which is sometimes called the social overhead capital. It's the large-scale public systems, services, facilities of a country that are necessary for economic activity: roads, railways, schools, hospitals, ports, airports, electricity plants, etc. And if you think about a more developed nation, more developed nations tend to have better roads, railways, schools, hospitals, ports, airports, electricity. Why? Well, part of it is because they're a wealthier country, but why are they a wealthier country? Maybe because they have the infrastructure that allows them to trade and be successful. So they go hand in hand. And the last factor of production that's really important to understand is something called entrepreneurship, which refers to the innovation and creativity applied in the production of goods and services. It's also known as management, and these are the people that organize the other factors of production, land, labor, and capital, to produce goods and services. They also use, many times, their personal money and the money of other investors to buy the factors of production, to produce the goods and services and hopefully make a profit. So if you go out on the street and you decide that, hey, I'm going to sell empanadas at a stand, you are an entrepreneur. You're probably spending your personal money, right? And you're going to go out there and collect the resources you need in order to produce an empanada and sell it. So you would be the innovative and creative person that's going to apply your wisdom, your knowledge, to the production of a good, in this case, an empanada. Okay, so there's a look at the factors of production: land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. And I hope you enjoyed this video in the series of the foundations of IB economics. Talk to you in a bit.